It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And coming up in just a bit, tip-off will be live from Charlotte as the Hornets go up against the New York Knicks. For New York, playing under 500 basketball over the last 10 games. They can do better, and they'll try to get on the winning side tonight. And before we tip off, I just need to ask Shaq, when you think back to great teammates, what are the qualities
guys
that
who
make
care as
a
much about
great
the game
teammate?
as you do? A guy who puts the team first, a guy who gets you involved, a guy who has the same dreams and aspirations that you have about the game.
Well, that name sounds like Kobe Bryant to me that you were talking about, but I always look for guys who could push me. And I could push them at the same time, where we could work together. It's a family, the basketball team. You playing for 82 games. You need somebody that's going to be in your corner.
Push him out this
Wouldn't
set.
you like to push Kenny?
As long as I could push you back.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. You may not be able to. Kevin Harlan, take it away, kid.
It's an Eastern Conference matchup as the New York Knicks come into town in this one. The Hornets hoping for a happy ending to close out their homestand before hitting the road. And, of course, Jaren Grant, this will be their second game without him.
Kevin, I thought he was really an important player for them, undervalued and not given the credit he deserved. That's not to say the trade was a mistake, but I think they'll miss him more than you might expect.
You know, chemistry-wise, I agree with you, Clark, because he was a glue guy. You know, he's a guy that kind of held things together for them in a few areas, and so...
Kaminsky is checked in for Jefferson. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Zeller. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Andre Robertson. And a new group in for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Lopez. Smith comes in for Porzingis. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And Freak subbed in for Donald Sloan. On the court for the Knicks, Freak in at point guard. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Smith. Then there's Barbosa. And it's Anthony in at the small forward position.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. Really making the most of their possessions.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Kicks to Freak. Three-pointer. Can't get it to go. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. This, their first look at this year's New York squad.
And they were able to take the season series in that matchup last year, but overall, two teams that were very similar in the standings.
Yeah, they were able to make the plays to come out on top, but it really could have gone either way, and you could say the same for tonight's game.
The Hornets have had two chances at the line already, making them both. And he knocks down the first one. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Nicholas Batum. And New York with a change here, too. Derek Williams, he checked in for Anthony. Baseline J on the way. New York, no good that time either. Hornets leading by 14. Lin dishes to Kaminsky. Yes! And a nice assist from Lin. Kaminsky's got his first 2 points. New York's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. On the wing, Williams. Feeds it to Freak. Left block shot on the way. Pause with the rebound.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Williams against Lin. Williams with the block, but he recovers it. Just 5 on the clock. Walker with a clean look. Sinks the three-pointer. Walker's got 11.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too.
Freak kicks to Williams. Pass to Freak to stop the run. That's good. Freak's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the three ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a three-point battle taking shape here.
And how about the numbers here for Kaminsky? He's putting up about 8 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And, guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And, fellas, I would say he's been overachieving a little bit lately. Hopefully, this is a sign of greater things for the future.
Outside, Lynn. Passes it to Hawes. Outside, Walker. No good with the triple.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Now the pass to Kid Gilchrist. Steps back and shoots. It's hauled in by Smith.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Now here's Freak, guarded by Walker. Freak picks to Barbosa. Here's O'Quinn, and there's another one for the Knicks.
And that's what they have to do more of. They got a great look out of that possession.
Now here's Walker. G right on him. He kicks it to Kaminsky. Hornets keep it alive. Here's Kid Gilchrist. And just miss after miss right now. Now here's Freak, defended by Lynn. 1:53 left in the first quarter of the game. And that's a foul. Calling Spencer Hawes. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
1:51 left here in the first quarter. Goes up to the stripe, and there's another one for the Knicks.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Outside, Walker. High post try. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Walker's got 13. Freak kicks to Smith. Here's O'Quinn. The Hornets pull it in. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
And that kind of loss sticks with you for a while because they probably felt they were the better team on that night. They just could not make the plays down the stretch.
Guys, you know, there are times when you would rather lose by double digits than to let a win get away from you when you thought you had it. And that sometimes is harder to deal with.
Smith right side. At the top of the key, Williams. Just 3 to shoot. The shot's good from O'Quinn. He's got 6.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Kid Gilchrist against Williams. Charlotte moving the ball around. Lynn, that's a 2-pointer. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound.
And, Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys. But if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
So and before the game, Carmelo Anthony talked about how he prepares himself mentally to carry this team.
it's easy. It's basketball. It's out there having fun. It's out there working together. You know, the biggest thing is the defensive end. As long as we keep that up, we're going to score enough points to, you know, possibly win basketball games. So I'm definitely not concerned from that aspect of it.
You don't hear too many players, Greg, saying it's easy and they're not too concerned.
Yeah, or talking about possibly winning basketball games. But I have a feeling he's more concerned than he talks about, and when he says it's easy. It may be for him, but it sure didn't look easy for the Knicks last season.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. What stands out to you guys from the Hornets in this one?
Well, they've dictated tempo with their defense and been able to force some turnovers.
Yeah, and you know, they've also done a good job, Greg, on their end of the floor by not throwing the ball away.
Zeller and Jefferson are inside. Jeremy Lin is out there with Andre Robertson. And it's Batum in at the 3 slot. So that's the Hornets 5. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Mavericks.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Kaminsky is checked in for Jefferson. Hawes comes in for Cody Zeller. Kid Gilchrist is checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Walker subbed in for Jeremy Lin. Hawes the pass to Walker. Count that as his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
And Freak throws it down.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunks the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, that could be an instant momentum shift. That certainly was a rim wrecker. Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Up top, O'Quinn. The feed to Freak. They get it again. Back to Smith. Williams kicks to Freak. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. And that's now 10 points for Freak.
Boy, they're knocking down the long-range shots. A lot of those same shots they missed earlier in the first quarter. They still find themselves down here, but they're starting to make some headway into that deficit. He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Back to Barbosa. O'Quinn dishes to Barbosa. Now Freak. He's coming off a 10-point game against Dallas.
And also his assist total tells you about the job he did of keeping his head up and keeping his teammates involved.
Got a piece of it and stolen by Freak. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. We've got a moment to see the league leaders in steals. 5th best, Kemba Walker.
And he's been a rock for them defensively. Just so many steals for him this year, and so many of them have been in key moments for his team.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
What a game here for Walker. 15 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
You know, it's been a bad day for them at the line today as a whole, and far too often that's the case for this team.
Knicks trail by 3. Now here's Freak. 10 points for him. Shot's good. Freak's got 12.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
And Roberson kicks to Kaminsky. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And the Hornets lead by 3.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
And a fast break now for the Hornets. Walker's running. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
That one misses. Knicks trail by 3. Freak with it. He's got 12. O'Quinn drilled from 11 feet out. O'Quinn's got 8 points.
A nice run they put together here to bring it a little closer.
Yeah, they got hot. And I didn't think I'd be saying this a little while ago, but now this game's up for grabs.
Walker the pass to Hawes. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Take a look at New York. They reside in the 7th slot right now in the early part of the season. And, of course, the Charlotte Hornets sitting there 4 spots below.
And right now for the Knicks, they've had their chances to kind of separate themselves from the pack this season, but so far they haven't been able to capitalize on those opportunities.
Hey, they're amongst a big group fighting for the bottom few playoff seeds, and that's going to continue all the way through the end of the season. I think they'll get in, but it won't be easy.
For the New York Knicks, they won their last contest against Dallas.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
Here's Freak. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Roberson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Dishes it to Hawes. And the 3 off target.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. Williams kicks to Freak. 5 on the clock. New York needs to get off a shot. Here's O'Quinn, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Charlotte shooting 40% from the field. To the wing right side. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. He's guarded by Williams. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. And he hasn't cashed in on his chances at the line, only making 1 free throw.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, hopefully it's not from lack of effort on his part. But his free throw shooting, compared to what he did last year, has been terrible.
Here's Freak. He dishes it to Smith. Here's O'Quinn. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Hornets lead by 1. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Carmelo, some great help off the bench during this first half. What does their contribution mean to this team?
Well, I mean, we always believe that we have one of the better benches in the NBA. When they come to play like we're playing so far, you know, it makes it a tough game. It makes it a tough team to beat. And, you know, just hopefully we can keep that up.
It certainly takes some pressures off the starters. Melo, thanks for the time. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. The start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested. And some changes here for the Hornets. Kaminsky, he's checked in for Jefferson. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Cody Zeller, and it's Jeremy Lin in for Roberson. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Freak, he's in at point guard. Smith out there with Kyle O'Quinn. Then it's Derek Williams, and it's Barbosa in at the shooting guard position. Lin dishes to Kaminsky. Yes! And a nice assist from Lin. Lin's got 3 assists now in this one. Knicks trail by 4. Outside Williams. There's the dish to O'Quinn. Here's Freak. And no good, trying to use the glass.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
Batum wide open, he fires. Again, the Hornets score.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something, you're right. And the Knicks miss again.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Walker's got space. And the shot's good after hitting off the rim. And now an 8-point Hornets lead. New York's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. Williams kicks to Freak. To the paint. To end the run. Smith gets it to go on the assist by Freak. Smith's got his first bucket of the night. Charlotte leading by 6. Outside, Walker. And the rejection by Smith. And a fast break now for New York. Barbosa with the ball. And the jam by Derek Williams.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Freak. Kept alive by New York. Pass to Barbosa. He feeds it to Freak. Back to Barbosa. Kicks to Freak. Pass to O'Quinn. Clock at 6. Down low, a second chance effort, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
No slowing him down. Just incredible numbers for Freak. He has 12 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
Spencer Hawes is checked in for the Hornets. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
There's a good screen. From deep, Walker. And it's Walker again missing.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Feeds it to Barbosa. Passes it to Freak. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Here's Lynn. Knocked away. And a fast break now for New York from 11 feet away. And with that, the Hornet lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Barbosa.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a 1-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court. I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one. They didn't shoot it well from the line in the first half. But they've turned it around here, and it's helped them secure the lead. I mean, free throw shooting is important when you're trying to pad a lead.
All right, Charlotte, now we're in the court for your viewing entertainment. The Hornets fans team, make some noise!
Here's the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been fantastic from three-point land in the last 10. Number 1, the Knicks.
The main factor, I think, is the great spacing. That has led to wide-open, long-range shots, and that's why we see the great numbers from the 3.
Freak passes to Smith. New York moving the ball around. Williams kicks to Freak. It's Leandro Barbosa on the way. Freak dishes to Smith. Here's O'Quinn. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the boards.
It's been brutal in terms of the physicality down low.
Lynn's shot is off.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
And the basket by Kaminsky.
Well, I tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
1:22 left here in the third quarter. Now here's Freak, guarded by Walker. Here's Freak. He's got 13. Williams passes to Smith, and he slams it right down on top of Frank Kaminsky.
And you talk about momentum. That sort of action delivers a type of energy to your team that you just can't quantify.
You know what? I'm going to quantify it right now, Clark. And this is a close game. And that's...
Watch him. He's coming out over there.
Clark, one thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And you love to see that, Kevin. I mean, I love watching unselfish play, and I know Greg enjoys that too.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
MKG and Zeller at the forward duo. Andre Robertson out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Jefferson in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. And Barbosa drops them both. There's 10 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Here's Robertson. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know, it makes a big difference. I mean, you never felt like they had any doubt that they'd come out on top.
And that'll do it, folks.
Forget about that
For
one.
Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now we send you to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's standing by in our studio.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan player of the game, Kemba Walker. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
His play tonight, Ernie, was finally a bright spot for them because, you know, they had a very rough stretch of games. It's been a while since their last win, and he was not content on playing a supporting role and letting them lose another one. He came on strong, took over, and put an end to the losing streak.
Kemba Walker's game is all about desire, and you can see it. He wanted to win tonight. He ran the show so beautifully. He made big play after big play. His quickness and ball handling is probably top 5 in the league.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.